Okay, so now let's talk about factory pattern. So factory pattern is something that you're going to have to learn in the real world of mobile development. It's a creational pattern. So let's talk about design patterns first. Design patterns are basically um, best practices for ways to write enterprise level code in a professional environment, right? So we already talked about MVVM. If you haven't looked at that course, you need to check that course out. Factory pattern is another thing. And just like MVVM and MVC, it has its purpose. The purpose of the factory pattern is to basically create custom objects, but you want to create custom objects where you aren't putting the implementation, or no, not the implementation, you aren't making instances of the class all within your view controller. You know, basically you want to call a method that creates your classes and handles much of the dependencies. And you know, a dependency is something that you use to create an instance of a class, right? So a good example of that might be a user class. And if you have a user class, many times, you'll have a username, right? You'll have some type of property that lets the system know whether you're logged in or not. It's usually Boolean, right? Maybe a user ID, right? You create a user class, you pass these properties to your custom object. Okay. But with a creation pattern or with a factory pattern, you aren't passing these one at a time. You pass an object to your creation method that handles all of your dependencies. Okay. This object, you can use it to test if a dependency is there. It just streamlines the purpose of it, streamlines upkeep, maintenance, adding functionality to the object creation process. And that might seem a little abstract right now, but I'm going to show you specifically what I mean. So we're going to talk about dependency injection. We're going to talk about our factory method and the factory pattern in all. And yeah, so on to the next.